Are you in a healthy or unhealthy relationship? There are a lot of obvious signs that you should leave that person immediately if it turns out to be a toxic relationship, but there are also some other signs that may be more subtle but can be equally as bad, and sometimes worse for your mental and physical health. In this video, we'll be looking at 7 types of behaviors that you should never tolerate from anybody, including your significant other. Number 1. Gaslighting. This is a type of power play used by people who perceive the other person as easily manipulated. In this situation, the other person denies that something occurred, implying that you made it up, misunderstood, or are crazy. This calls into doubt your perception of reality. By learning more about you and ultimately using it against you, they want to get control of you and attack your fears and level of confidence. If this seems to be what you are going through, it most certainly is not love, and you should consider leaving for your own good. Number 2. They start projecting their feelings onto you. Rather than take responsibility for their own feelings, the narcissist projects their insecurities and feelings onto you, such as trying to make their anger also yours, for example. This type of abuse subtly affects the balance of power because despite their failure to control their own emotions, you are suddenly on the defensive even if it is not your fault. This is a good example of something subtle because it may not always be obvious at first until you look at the situation objectively, which might not be the case if you are in the heat of the moment. Number 3. Refusing to even consider your feelings. A refusal to listen or even discuss an issue you've brought up is one of the most toxic behaviors of all. It can feel frustrating, confusing, and demeaning all at once. You may even start blaming yourself for picking the supposedly wrong time to initiate a discussion. Well, let me tell you now, it is not your fault, especially if this is a recurring thing in the relationship. Both partners should consider each other's feelings about certain things or situations, rather than always brushing them off. This doesn't only apply to romantic relationships, but this includes friendships as well. Number 4. The other person doesn't care about you as much as you care about them. Try to notice if both of you are putting equal effort or if you feel like you're not being cared about as much as vice versa. After all, what's the point of the relationship if you feel more lonely while being with this person compared to if you were actually single? Basically, a caring and loving partner would never make unpleasant remarks about you, your family, your aspirations, your job, or anything else. Number 5. Dishonesty. Never put up with deceit. A life of integrity is priceless. It enables you to live in harmony with both yourself and others. If your partner has lied more times than you can count, don't make up excuses for them, because they are showing you their character, and if you can truly trust and rely on them. Once they show you who you are, believe them. Number 6. Don't let peer pressure influence you into doing something you don't want to do. Never succumb to peer pressure, even that from friends and coworkers. Peer pressure just purges you of your personal identity. Being yourself will help you make the right friends who will value you for who you are. It also keeps you out of trouble most of the time. Many people out there sometimes know deep down not to do something, but also don't want to stand out from the crowd, and as such, they mindlessly follow them. Don't be that person. Stop and think before you do it. Only you have control over your body. Number 7. Disrespect. If your partner is routinely disrespectful towards you, even if you've already made it clear for him or her to change their ways, then it's time to ask yourself whether you really want to spend most of your life with this person. Ask yourself if you will be happy putting up with behaviors like that. Have some self-respect and don't tolerate being disrespected. You and your partner should give equal respect to each other for a healthy and flourishing relationship. There are many other signs as well, but these 7 signs are some of the most important things to look out for. If your partner happens to be exhibiting some or most of these, don't tolerate it. It may initially hurt to end the relationship, but you have to decide what is best for yourself and your health. Sometimes, an old thing must end before something new and beautiful can start. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new today. Subscribe and stay tuned for future videos.